All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, let's look at part three of our journey into the Roman Republic and our part three of our advice from Martin Luther King. Let's check out this quote that he said. If you cannot fly, then run. If you cannot run, then walk. If you cannot walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. He's saying, look, if some people are better than you at certain things, well, you can try something else. You just keep trying. You may not be making the A. Well, you go get the B. You may not be the best basketball player. Well, you be the second best. If you can't be the second best, you be the third best. You do the best you can. You keep moving forward. And when you do this personally, you do what's right each and every day, each and every moment. You keep moving forward, then your life will be better. And then the people around you, their life will be better. Then your city will be better. Then your state will be better. Your country, your community, the whole world will be better. Remember, if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, then walk. This is what Martin Luther King wants you to do. Take the advice. It really is good. All right. Let's journey up into part three of ancient Rome. You'll see how Rome found out they needed some improvement to better. They had to do better. We're going to be talking about a place called Carthage. And Carthage was led by this guy right here. That's Vin Diesel playing him in the movie, Hannibal. All right, you'll see Carthage is right here. There's Italy. That's Rome. They're going to fight. All right, Carthage is African. It's an African nation. They're going to get in a war with them. Here is Carthage again. Here is Rome. And watch the Punic Wars as we go talk about Carthage. All right, so what was Carthage? While Rome developed its government, it also faced challenges, not just at home, but abroad. The Romans had completed their conquest of Italy. However, they now face a powerful rival in the Mediterranean area. This enemy was the state of Carthage, the African nation or the African empire of Carthage, not Carthage, Carthage, in the coast of North Africa. It had been founded around 800 BCE. That's 800 years before Jesus by the Phoenicians. As we learned earlier, the Phoenicians were they were sea traders from the Middle East. Carthage rules a large trade empire that included parts of North Africa and Southern Europe. By controlling the movement of goods in this region, Carthage made itself the largest and richest city in the Western Mediterranean. And guess what? Rome didn't like it. So, what happened in the First Punic War? There will be three of them. We'll talk about the first one first. Here we go. Both Carthage and Rome wanted to control the island of, what's that big old island that looks like the boot's kicking? Sicily. Very good. In 264 BCE, the dispute brought the two powers to blows. The war that began in 264. Whoa. Is that what I wanted? Yes. All right. It's called the First Punic War. The war started when the Romans sent an army to Sicily to prevent a Carthaginian takeover. The Carthaginians, who had already had colonies on the island, were determined to stop. Determined to stop the invasion. Up until then, the Romans had fought their wars on land. However, they soon realized they could not defeat a sea power like Carthage without a navy. They quickly built a large fleet of ships and confronted their enemy at sea. The war dragged on for more than 20 years. Finally, in 241 BCE, Rome defeated Carthage's navy off the coast of Sicily. Carthage was forced to leave Sicily and pay a huge fine to the Romans. The island then came under Roman rule. So the First Punic War goes to the Romans. Round 1 goes to the Romans. So they fought over Sicily in the First Punic War. Let's see what happens in the Second Punic War. To make up for its loss, Sicily, all right, Carthage expanded its empire to southern Spain. Okay, Roman leaders were not happy about Carthage gaining land on the European mainland west of Rome. They helped the people living in Spain fight against Carthage. Of course, Carthaginians were angry. To punish Rome, Carthage sent its greatest general, Hannibal, to attack Rome. In the year is 218 BCE. This started the Second Punic War. Hannibal's strategy was to take the fighting to, where's Rome? Italy itself. To do this, Hannibal gathered an army of about, let's see, make sure I get this right, 46,000 men, many horses, and the most intimidatingly, 37 elephants. He landed his forces on Spain and then marched which direction? He's in Spain, he has to go to Italy. He marched east to attack Italy. Even before reaching Italy, Hannibal's forces suffered severe losses. All right, crossing the steep, snowy, what's that mountain range? Alps into Italy. This brutal cold, gnawing hunger, and attacks by mountain tribes killed almost half of the soldiers and most of the elephants. I think 3 of them survived the Alps. The remaining army, however, was still a powerful fighting force when it reached Italy and freaked the Romans out because they almost took them over. The Romans suffered a severe loss in 216 BCE at the Battle of Cannae. All right, in southern Italy. Even though Hannibal's army was outnumbered, it outpowered the Roman force and began raiding much of Italy. The Romans, however, raised another army, and in 202 BCE, a Roman force led by the general named Scipio, they will become famous, invaded Carthage. It's like, oh no, we're not going to fight in Italy anymore. Hannibal, who was waging a war in Italy and winning, had no choice but to return home to defend his people. At the Battle of Zama, Scipio's troops defeated the Carthaginians. Carthage gave up its, what would he give up? Oh my goodness gracious. Gave up Spain, I'm sorry, that's what they're fighting over, Spain to Rome. It also had to give up its navy and pay a large fine. Rome now ruled the Western Mediterranean. Second Punic War goes to Rome. Rome won the first one and the second one. What were some of other conquests of the Romans? While Carthage was no longer a navy power, it remained a trading center. And in 146 BCE, Rome finally destroyed its rival in the Third Punic War. So it's really not a war. This one is Rome just come and punish them. So Roman soldiers burned Carthage and enslaved, 50,000 men, women, and children. Legend says that Romans even spread salt on the earth so no crops would grow. Carthage became a Roman province. That means that they are owned by Rome now, or a regional district. During the Punic Wars, Rome successfully battled many states in the Eastern Mediterranean. In 148 BCE, Macedonia came under Roman rule. 2 years later, the rest of Greece became Roman. In 129 BCE, Rome gained its first province in Asia. It was no wonder that the Romans became to be called the Mediterranean Mare Nostrum, our sea. The Third Punic War goes to Rome.